it's good to see that.
EDA, October 21, 25, 7:30 a.m. We are in call to order. Has everybody looked at the agenda and are they okay with it? Does anybody want to add anything to the agenda today?
Looks good to me. I'd like to add a discussion about potential for the EDA to explore having its own admin or clerk.
To dedicated?
Yeah, dedicated.
You want that under new business?
Yeah, I think it would be.
New business, yes.
Premise to make sure that we could get more traction forward, is that your thought?
Yeah, just to explore if that's an option to continue to move agenda items forward throughout the month.
Give John some breathing room. John, you all right with that?
To putting it on the agenda, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Not the rest of it, just the first part of it. Oh, I get it. Okay, so under new business. We don't need a motion to that, do we?
You need a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay. With that on there, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So carries. All right, new business. We want to call that just dedicated admin?
Yeah. Works.
Okay, so passes. Consent agenda, approval of minutes. Did everybody look at the previous?
Yes.
Okay. EDA Treasurer's Report, summary of non-residential inquiries, renewing of contract with AIG. I see Zach is here today. Thanks you, Zach, for coming in. And Elevate Hennepin Client Feedback Report. Now, John, I don't understand. I mean, I've seen it. I went through it. I don't know if there's anything we need to do with that.
No, it's just for your information.
What did we get out of that?
It's hard to say because I don't know. I believe we had 5 Dayton businesses that used Elevate Hennepin so far this year. I don't know who they are. So, and I don't know what their feedback was. No, I should say they didn't have any feedback. So the feedback that was provided in this report are from other customers in Hennepin County, not necessarily from Dayton businesses.
We pay for that.
$2,500 a year.
In your opinion, did we get our traction out of that?
I believe so, but it'd be better to hear that from those businesses.
I'm sorry.
It would be better, I believe that we do get our money's worth, but it'd be better to hear back from those Dayton businesses that have used the service.
But we don't know who they are.
I know who one of them is, they're just not for 2025.
I see.
When do we have to renew this?
Every year.
I know, it's at July,
December, January, so it's.
so this is coming up. And then within the next 2 months.
Yeah.
To decide.
How about we make this a thing at our next meeting to find out who exactly was on it and what was their benefit?
Okay. So, I mean, we have an EDA member that's used this.
I was going to say, I don't know if we used it in 25.
I don't
We used
believe
it
so.
in
I think it was 2024.
24. My son and I, well, when we were starting the business, we just went to see what it was about. And it was, it's pretty rudimentary for starting businesses. Try to they'll help you with stuff. You get so many free minutes of attorney advice or this or that, most of which we didn't need. But I could see where if you were a brand new business and you had no experience in business, it would be helpful. I think if you have a lot of experience in business, the benefits are fairly minimal, just because you already know a lot of the stuff to do and there's not a lot of additional expertise. Basically what they have is experts in different, I don't know, they're not really, I would say they're not experts, but they're experienced people in different areas that might have their own business or whatever, and they're volunteering, and then they're getting paid by Elevate Hennepin, I think, to do that. There was a gal that was, she had
So
her
paid
own-
consultants.
Yeah, more or less, but from the community, you know, like they're business owners or people that have experience in that area. Maybe it's legal stuff, whatever, so. I mean, it's
Brass tacks, is it worth it?
it's hard to say. The $2,500 is not a ton if a lot of businesses were, you know, if there were multiple businesses getting some real advantage of it. I mean, for what we got out of it, 2,500 wouldn't make sense, but
How
So-
is it promoted? How did you find out about it?
well, I found out because on here,
Well,
but I don't know how the other 4 potential companies found out. But I think it's on the website. It's on the Dayton EDA page, I think.
It is, and Hennepin does a lot of outreach for it. We do
Yeah.
not do a whole lot of, or much outreach,
Okay.
period.
The idea, I think, when we originally signed up for it, like a couple, 3, 4 years ago, was to try to provide a resource to, you know, new businesses in particular in Dayton that were looking for some resources to get started.
Right.
So did you find the program a benefit for you? Or would you
Well,
do it
like I
again?
said, I think if it was if you were someone that didn't have a lot of business background, I mean, both my son and I got a lot of business background. So we probably knew as much or more than the people on the phone. But I think it wasn't like they didn't know anything, because they did. It was just that there was nothing super new for us. But there was some stuff. And I think if you were somebody that was starting a business that didn't have a lot of background, which is probably most people, it would be helpful. So, I mean, that's probably about as much as I can say from my perspective, because, you know.
So did the program, was it only just advice, or was there a grant involved, or like financial stuff, or is it just purely, we're here to help you?
They would
Guide.
connect you with people that had like grant money and or loan money or whatever. They, from what I remember, I was just like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Because we did it just to see kind of what it was like, you know. I told my son, I'm like, oh, it's worth a phone call and see. And they would connect you to different resources, which I think is helpful, particularly for people that are maybe starting their own business right off of the bat. I just don't think you've got probably a lot of awareness in the city for people that are starting their business that this is available. That's one. And then, you know, B, if you're already very savvy at it, you probably got it mostly figured out anyway. You know, you have your own attorneys, you have your own,
Okay.
you know, so I'd put it 50-50. You know, I'd say it's probably worth it, but it's questionable, you know. Like it just depends how many people use it. And I don't know, like in 25, if really there were 5 people, it wasn't us. So we did it in 24, I think.
Are we limited in terms of,
No.
so if you had 100 people go to them? you
No,
know,
you're limited as far as how much services the county is willing to provide, and I don't remember what that limit is, so.
I don't remember if that, yeah, I mean, I don't know about like the number of new businesses that could go to it, but you only, as a new business going to it or any business going to it, you only get so much free time out of it. Like, I can't remember what it was like 3 hours or 4 hours of advice, something like that.
So that's, okay, so 4 hours.
I don't hold me to that because I don't remember, but there was a limited amount of advice that they were allowed to provide in terms of free. I think you could potentially pay for it after that, maybe. But free was, you know, like they would put together a business plan, those kinds of, the basic things. And I think if you went way beyond that, then it was more like you had to somehow pay them or something. Pay the people that were the consultants, I think. I don't know if it was directly or indirectly. We never got that far.
Okay.
So as acting treasurer, do you think this is a worthwhile expenditure for this group?
Is it in our budget?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in our budget. I would say,
Brass tacks it for us.
I'd probably do it one more year and see if we get any more businesses.
Is
Just
that-
because of where Dayton's at, it seems like things are starting to happen, and if, we might have been a little early. So I'd probably do it one more year, and then if we don't get any more than 4 or 5 people using it, I would probably can it.
We're going to see our ROI here. Staff recommendations?
I think it's a great value. As Jack said, it's great for small businesses that are missing some knowledgeable component that can be connected with someone that can steer them in the right direction. So $2,500 is a small amount to pay for us.
Is the Elevate Hennepin County, is that promoted by Hennepin County?
Yes.
So do they have a representative that is available to come in and?
Yes, so in staff updates, I'll have more information about it, but they will be here in Dayton for an afternoon in December.
They could present, I suppose they could present who the 4 businesses were, or 5 businesses were in 25, if we wanted them to. And then get some sense of whether it made any difference with those businesses, I don't know.
That's what I was gonna say is contact these 5 businesses and find out if they felt this was a benefit. If
Yeah.
5 out of 5 say yes,
Yeah.
then it was worth it. If 4 out of 5 say no,
Pull the pin.
then we know what to
Can-
do. But I think feedback from these people would be
I agree.
huge.
Can we get those?
I can
People.
ask who they are.
Maybe that'd help us make the decision.
So
The one thing I kind of feel is like it's not a ton of money, but you don't want to just be wasting money. And
Okay.
the thing is that it seems like things are starting more, to happen in Dayton. The
Active EDA.
the cadence of things that's happening is increasing, and so we may have been a year or 2 early.
It's okay, I just want to brass tacks this. For the record, Scott Slonick is on remote phone, he's listening. Scott, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you guys barely.
Okay, I'll try to do my best to crank it up. He wanted to join on my phone. I didn't know why he didn't go to the website and sign in.
Sure.
So do we know how Hennepin County promotes their own program?
I mean, it's through outreach. I mean, we can, probably for us, what makes sense is to put notices in the Dayton Communicator or on our Facebook and just push it out like we push out other events.
And a link to could it be on the EDA page?
I believe it is.
It is.
I think it is on the EDA page. It just,
So I was looking at the survey, and I looked at it before I got here, but I didn't see Dayton called out separately on any of the cities listed. Is that?
Well,
Because
yeah,
we're
so this
suburban.
was essentially a survey by Elevate Hennepin users and none of
Of the whole system?
Of the whole
Not
system.
necessarily just Dayton?
Correct.
Okay.
So.
So we don't know, and it had a 98% whatever approval or
Yeah.
satisfaction,
Yeah.
which is high.
Mhm.
So it means that whoever is using it is good. I mean, I think it's a good value, and if it brings in additional people or additional diversity
Resources.
opportunities, I think it's a good thing for the city. So
Yeah.
I'd recommend.
I mean, a question, if the EDA doesn't want to spend $2,500 on Elevate Hennepin, what would take its place?
Yeah.
well, there's nothing exactly like that, I don't think.
Yeah, what's Elton? Okay, I think we beat number you to death. What do you think? Moving on?
Mr. Chair, if I can get a motion and second for the consent agenda.
Let's look for that consent agenda motion. Anybody?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second.
Okay.
I'm sorry, who?
Jack.
Second was Jack, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion so carries. And again, we have Councilman Solonic on the phone with us today. I hope you can hear us good. We're going to open forum. Who's controlling the open forum today?
You are.
Okay, but we are live. I don't see anybody on there.
Yeah, we're live on Zoom. There's nobody online.
Zoom. We're doing Zoom. Got it. A pretty good picture. That's what it looks like. No, it looks like it's right here. Someone's doing some good picture work. All right, open forum. No one there. No one in the audience. We'll move from open forum to old business. Admin, any traction on any of these, A through D?
Sure. So the utility boxes, this was brought forward to the council on September 9th. The direction from the council was to have property owners complain to their utility providers. I did call Lumen to complain about this box, so it is on a list to be repaired. The company that does the repair said that it probably wouldn't be repaired till next spring.
Did they have plans, or did our push help this?
For this box, yes, it helped. But, you know, again, the intent is that the property owner is going to call their utility provider to complain about the box on their property.
Is there, this is, I think, comes back to that kind of awareness thing, so maybe it's on the EDA thing or on the city site, maybe it's already there, but, you know, just, here's how you get a hold of your utility provider kind of thing, or how you call them, or whatever.
Yeah, that might be on the, that's
It'd
probably
be
a
on
good
your
idea.
utility bill.
Well, I was
Well,
gonna
maybe
say,
that's all we say is, you know, if you got a utility box in your neighborhood that's falling apart, call the utility
yeah,
company.
in the communicator,
Yeah, call the utility
have a
company.
picture of that, and
That,
Do we have that?
We did it, I don't remember, I think it was last winter we had an article.
We can't like add a permanent link?
On the website, yeah, we can, but that's assuming that people look at the website.
Yeah, there is that.
there,
and they're not gonna fix them in the winter,
No.
so it should be
I mean, maybe
either,
it's a spring communication or something.
right.
It should probably just go perpetually. I mean, you should have a spring and maybe a spring and a midsummer communication.
Yeah, I could see that, and then just having a permanent link or whatever you want to call it, or, you know,
Comment or whatever on the website, whether it's the EDA website or the city's website or whatever.
there must be a section where
You know, people ask questions or whatever.
Sidewalk repairs, did those get done?
no.
Railroad spur traction?
I haven't found any customers yet, so I guess some direction I'm looking from the EDA is if you still want me to pursue this. At some point, there needs to be a feasibility study done, that's $10,000 to $30,000. In talking between MnDOT and BSF, or BNSF, it costs $8 to $20 million to build a facility. Again, I've not found any customers that would use it yet.
8 to 20 million to build a railroad spur?
Well, it's not just the spur, it's the whole facility of being able to load and unload, and, you know, the spur is just one part of it.
I thought the last time we talked that, the concrete company was,
Sumstone.
yeah, Semstone was interested.
They're interested, the issue that they have is where their gravel operations don't have access to railroads. So they can't get from point A to point B if there's nothing at point A.
How does RDO feel on this?
Well, if it's there and available, I think we would use it, but not super frequently. I mean, we don't move that level or that volume of equipment all that often. Typically, when I looked into it, using the rail spur delayed new equipment coming from the factory, you know, more than it would just by sending a truck down. In other words, sometimes we're looking at 2-week or 3-week delays to move it by rail. just because of the logistics. But I also haven't looked at, specifically, because I haven't had one with access, you know what I'm saying? So, I think we would use it if it was,
Already there?
yeah, if it was there, if it was, a lot less than trucking. But I would think that it would take, and whether we use it or not, if it was available to the city, whether King Solutions, or I haven't talked to King Solutions, or anybody that's moving, there's a lot of trucks going in and out of here. And if there's a lot of trucks that could be put on a rail rather than just going on city streets, you would think it would take some of the truck traffic out.
King Solutions have already posted their opinion, at least with me, that they're all in.
Well, we talked about this last time, but I don't think it's just in our city. I mean, you got FedEx and a number of, you got Graco. I mean, there's a whole bunch
Right.
of places. But I think I don't know if it's the city should do it. Maybe we should facilitate it with Semstone and say, look, all of these companies have interest. And if you build it, they will come, kind of a thing. And I mean, it's an opportunity for Semstone to potentially make money, versus the city, I guess, but, I don't know if the city wants to operate a rail spur.
And why does everything we do cost $10,000 to $30,000? I think we had Jason on the telco boxes. And they wanted, what, 70 grand to go around and do a study on it?
31,000.
31,000.
Yeah.
Everything's 30 grand with these guys? Can't take $30,000 and say, hey, you want to play? I don't know. I don't know why it takes so much every time we want to do this. We got to get these guys involved, can't we just?
Well, the other kind of question I have, because I noticed the first statement, a transload facility, truck to rail or rail to truck, I'm assuming, which mean a crane or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's money there, but if there was a facility somewhere, Maple Grove, Dayton, Rogers,
Area-wise.
area-wise,
Yeah.
I mean, it would,
Where is the nearest transload
There are
facility?
2 in Fridley, there's 1 in St. Cloud. Those would be the nearest.
And I mean, do they even build them to service 3 or 4 communities?
Oh, yeah.
I-
think.
More of a question.
These are all private businesses, so I mean, they're
Yeah.
going to serve a much larger area. I know King Solutions has a customer that uses a facility in Fridley.
So King's trucks to Fridley, they ship from there?
Their customer does. I'm assuming it's, King Solutions is a trucking company, not necessarily the end customer.
They probably pick up trailers at the Fridley
Sure.
location.
Imagine. More of a question that we would have for them and for,
I mean,
Jim
I
Berry.
think the really basic question on this is, if Dayton is a good location for a transload facility, is it something the city wants to really be involved with, or do you just facilitate someone like a Semstone
give them the red
being
carpet
able to
treatment?
put it in, because it's an opportunity? I mean, I guess, what does the city benefit on that? Maybe
Well, we've already talked about this
from some
discussion-wise.
taxes and different things like that, I don't know. Maybe there's a city fee or something on the transload facility, I have no idea, but,
So our question on the table right now is, yes, we're still going to keep this on the agenda. Do you have the time to reach out to the companies mentioned and say,
I can. The challenge I'm having is getting companies to return calls.
I'm sorry?
Getting companies to return calls. So like
Oh.
I'm looking for a business that I don't have an opportunity to serve. So I don't know how many businesses it would take or how much customer base it would take to build a $20 million facility, but it takes more than one customer.
Well, how do we get to 20 million? Where'd that number come from?
From BNSF,
8 to 20.
8 to 20.
Can't we have the $5 million or $2 million one?
Well,
I mean, that just sounds like threw some numbers at a wall and hope it sticks. Because you're talking 400% difference between 8 and 20.
Yeah.
but depends on how how much traffic, freight you put through it. If you need 1 crane, 5 cranes, if you need 5 rail spurs to,
Well, if it gets built at 8 million and we're overusing it, then I guess the 20 would work.
yeah.
I'm sure that their planners would say we got room to advance. But for the topic today is, I think we should leave it where it is until we get a hold of other people. Is this something that we should help you out with and say, let's reach out to these guys and have them get a hold of you?
Sure, if you'd like.
Well, it's just phone calls for us.
Okay.
Anybody wants to reach out to people, I guess, on this group? Poke around the weeds?
I can make a phone call to someone that I know.
Okay, let's do that. We'll keep that right where it is?
Yep, okay.
So the question, the BNSF provided list of detailed questions for all customers, is that, they provided that to you?
Yes.
Can you provide that?
Yes, so these are questions for potential customers.
Okay. Would you provide those questions?
So they give you a framework.
Because if we're going to call anybody, then
Yeah, I mean, at least it gives me a little bit idea what to,
Yeah, if we had all the same merchant orders.
yeah.
And this sounds a lot bigger than what Semsol needs. They just
Oh,
need
absolutely.
Barca.
Would you make that deliverable in an email so each one would have the same
Yep.
rules and we ask the same questions of the same people? That's where you're going with that, John?
Yeah, because I was thinking, I don't know who would be targeted, who uses transload facilities, but if our customers end up moving equipment across the, Midwest anyway, maybe if there is a local spur for customers that are in Maple Grove, Rogers, whatever the area, they may utilize this, especially when there's frost, restrictions in place. There might be an option to do something like this, so I don't know.
Well, good.
I don't know enough.
Good concept. I mean, that's a good point you brought up. You seem to know a lot of people over there. This is kind of your territory.
Yeah, there's a lot of construction equipment, a lot of big stuff that gets moved, so.
Okay. Let's do that, John. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, I'll just mention, so a lot of these questions are pretty detailed. I'm not expecting that, I wouldn't expect that one person is going to know the answers to it.
Well, we'll let them handle it on their end, just so
But
they
I
get
think-
back to us.
I think the opportunity here is just to gauge interest, at least in the short term, before, if a feasibility study needs to be done, and we have enough interest to be able to warrant a feasibility study, then we can debate on how much a feasibility study should cost. That's probably separate, but in the meantime, we should at least know, well, hey, we got a half a dozen people that are interested in it. It might make sense to go forward with it then.
I'd like to reach out to our land group guys. Zach from IAG is here. If this was a Christmas ornament on a tree, and you were selling that tree, does this make sense for a thing in the area?
Is logistically speaking, yes, I think that provides some value. But honestly, I'd have to look into it a little bit further to give you a more research-backed answer, if that makes sense. But it seems to make sense, especially if you have the users and the interest.
Commercial versus industrial, which makes more sense
For this,
for the spur.
probably heavy industrial, honestly. When you think rail, most people would think heavy industrial. But even light, I guess, too, light industrial could work. But
Okay, well, thank you. Let's look
one
at,
question I have is on the BNSF component of this, what, are they like, if the proposal comes forward, is it like, oh yeah, that's enough for us to consider, or is it, how do they play? Obviously they have the track. What's the role they play?
They'd be operating the rail, so I guess it's a question of, are they picking up one rail car or 100? And what is the frequency of pickup and delivery?
So I'm assuming that they have some threshold where they say this makes sense or this doesn't make sense. Which I guess is where the feasibility study comes in.
well, that's on them, not us. Well, we ain't gonna pay for their feasibility study. If they know if
maybe
it's gonna work on X amount of cars in a frequency.
Well, they probably know
Sure.
what theirs is, but I guess what I was meaning by the feasibility study is like how many of the businesses regionally would utilize this? What's the interest level? And then, Because that's what they're gonna wanna see, I think.
You bet. Okay.
What about, question I have, the cost difference? Like, is there a savings? Like, how much does it cost to send a semi full of tractors to Florida by truck versus the same amount by rail? Is there a huge savings?
Don't know.
And the time, I mean, I know a truck going to Florida, whatever, does it take 2 days, and then a rail takes 10 days?
Jim Berge already answered this question a while back, and it was a conversation me and him had. Jim was also on the EDA with us, and he was with King Solutions. They were very interested in making this work because it's a huge gain for their business. We ain't just putting it in for one business. And he says if it costs you $1 to ship it by truck, it's going to cost you 40 to 30 cents to ship it by rail. He said absolutely, he's on the snap page. So that was his analogy that he gave to me. So we're talking a 70% savings just by rail. And he said that's on the fat side.
But at a real high level, the question is, how much does it cost to ship from businesses in Dayton, let's say, to Fridley to get on the rail versus being able to just take it across the street or whatever? You know, is there a big differential for that?
Got it.
Probably not.
Questions done? Okay. Scott, did you have a question?
Nothing.
Okay. All right, let's move to D, which is Lent Property Concept Plan. And by the way, I really like this. This really looks good. That was a low-level drawing type of thing, right?
Yeah, well, it's more than low level, so I mean, this is a pretty detailed concept plan.
Yeah. I really like that.
Is this,
Is
I'm
that the one
sorry,
we
is
looked at
this one
before?
right next to the river?
Yeah.
Yes, that
Yeah.
one on the left side, lower left, with the green, that is on the river.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can pull it up and show the property if you go to the
Yeah.
Hennepin locator, but this was the same, we had 3 concepts, did we narrow it?
Four.
And is there's
Yeah.
a house on it right now?
No,
Garage.
there's two garages.
I drove by it, I thought it was a green.
There's a house, like, right where that white block is.
Yes.
Okay.
So we bought this L-looking shaped property, and the idea was where the kind of little white block is up there in the top left-hand corner.
Yep.
We would potentially buy that property, but
Oh, I see,
price-
I understand, there's a,
the price wasn't right at this point.
Correct. So the green, if you're driving by, the greenhouse is just to the left of the concept plan.
okay, got it, so yeah, there's.
The house is like
Yeah.
right there, yeah, right where you point it.
Okay,
And the river would be.
I see it now, I understand.
Yeah.
The house confused me a little bit, I didn't know it was the property right next to it.
We've approached a potential said seller and we did not gain traction there.
The greenhouse, yeah, correct.
All right, so we're talking about this and we're going to have
Close.
future reference, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, AIG is here on this. How do you like that drawing?
Yeah, I think it does capture, you do have to be careful with the river as far as any sort of floodplain. So as far as the site layout, I think it makes perfect sense. You've got the commercial on the corner, which is directly visible from the bridge as kind of the gateway to the community. In it, from the renderings there, I mean, that's a very appealing building as well. Just kind of creating that destination feel while also maximizing the rest of the land for the needed parking and as much as you can on the riverfront. So I like it a lot too.
Siskel and Ebert, 2 thumbs up?
Yeah, I would say.
Do you even know who Siskel and Ebert is?
What's that?
Do you even know who Siskel and Ebert is?
No.
Us old guys know it.
Yeah.
Was that?
So,
You don't get it. Oh, yeah, I know.
so I have a question. What about the city? What do they think of this?
The city council?
Yeah.
The council has, I don't believe the council's discussed it, so it's been provided to them just in weekly updates, but it's not been a discussion item. It's an EDA project.
Understand, but jeepers, you know, that does a lot for the city.
It does.
A tremendous a lot. I mean, even just in parking, you know.
Isn't that our job?
Well, I know that's our job, but it'd
So-
be nice to say, the cities would say, hey, Nice job. You know, we really like this and,
Two of the city council sitting with us,
you know.
and they could have brought it back to them guys and say yea or nay, and nobody's gotten any static over it, as far as I know.
We have, so both the council and the EDA has approved a Old Village Framework Plan, and this is part of that, so it's
Okay,
implementing. the
that's
plan.
all I'm
Kind of
asking.
fits with the vision long-term.
Yes.
And, it'd be more commercial along Robinson.
We'll ask you questions in closed session about this for our traction ability. We don't want to bring it up now.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, that closes out our old business. New business discussion, Balsam Lane Streetscape. If you remember, Jack, years ago and long and far away, we talked about monuments on both sides of Balsam Lane to let the people know on our hard traffic areas what's in that area. We talked about it, we were going to move forward with it, it was a Tina thing. And now we're here to say, okay, maybe it's time we do this.
And this is where they did put the lights in, right?
The lights
Yes.
went up.
Yeah.
And on the, both sides of it, and it's, at night, it's very well lit. It looks really, really nice. But it still doesn't tell you what's going on in the area. So I believe Scott has one monument for his small areas, companies in there. And I don't know how that would jive with what we're doing. But the other side, the riverside, River Road side, there's nothing there. So you blow right by, I don't even know that there's businesses back there. I'm not pushing this because I'm a business back there, I don't need to push that, but there's a lot of people around me. The dog groomers are in that section. There's just a lot going on. So I guess today, what I'd like to say is, do we nod our head and finally get this going, and we stop talking about it and just start doing it? And do we make that happen? Do we put out an RFP for monuments? Is that the right term?
Monument signs, so you're talking about essentially a monument sign that lists the different businesses that are on Balsam.
Yes, updatable for when businesses change, et cetera. The businesses would buy into that, to not let the taxpayers foot the bill, but we gotta have something to get started on. Maybe electronic, maybe standard. I mean, electronic would make a lot more sense, because then you can just reprogram the new name, and your turnaround time is quick. What do you guys think about a monument on that area?
Yeah,
You said it's already been approved?
Sorry?
No, so this type of signage is not allowed generally in the city, so it would be an ordinance amendment to have essentially it's an off-premise sign within the public right-of-way. So it'd be a change. I think we've talked about this with council probably a year ago and didn't get a whole lot of traction with it, so the EDA can direct it to have another discussion about it. This is more site-specific to Balsam.
I would believe anywhere in the city should have the same opportunities. When on John's side over there, once that starts getting revved up, we should probably have something on that too. How do we start this program, John?
Direction.
Okay, I guess I'm looking for a motion to direct staff to say, let's have a conversation with council, see if we can move forward on this, make the amendment to the plan.
It is, I guess, a question on, the example this is from a 2016 staff report, the image on the left. I don't know what the whole conversation was in 2016 or why this didn't move forward. When you have signs within the right-of-way, like in this example, it's short. You can't fit 20 business names on it. So if we would have and it's short because you can see over it, or that's the intention. It's not going to block traffic or pedestrian crossings. If you have a taller sign that's more visible, it's going to be on the side of the road. I don't know if we have right of way or not, so it might be putting the sign on private property, for example.
I mean, I could definitely see putting a name. What is the name of that technical area? Is it the Balsam Business District, and what is the official name?
I don't think there is.
There isn't one.
I mean,
Maybe there needs to be one.
That might be a start.
Start, yeah, like the name of
I mean,
this particular area.
You do definitely see in a lot of cities where you have like and I don't know how much additional land is around there for further development of a business park kind of area, but I mean, I think it originally started out as the thought of it was going to kind of a business park area, but it just never went anywhere.
I mean, you had the PDQ building has been there forever, and it's,
Yeah, but he's easily seeable.
yeah,
Wiser Choice Liquor was in there for a while.
a long time, yeah.
Then they built the Sands companies. He moved because they covered their sign and business dropped right off. That was a thing way back then, and me and you talked about that with Tina. And I think we brought it up in a meeting way, way long ago. Jeff Weiser was his name. And he's like, can we put something out front? And he's the one that kind of spurred this on. And it was the wife that reminded me, why aren't we on this? And this is why we have our old business format, so that we don't forget it, it drops off, we move to different programs, blah. That's why we have the old business.
Is there
We don't
anything
forget it.
Is there anything on the side by you? Well, I thought there was a monument.
The other one is Scott has his for his suites. That's it.
Scott does,
Scott does, yeah.
okay.
And he's got 4 suites in there. It's in the right of way, I believe.
Scott's sign?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think it's in the right of way.
He thinks it's in the right of way.
He said he doesn't think
He
it is.
doesn't.
He thought he could take it.
So if he can have one,
I don't believe it's in the right of way.
It's on his own property.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's right up next to the road. It's an easement. You said, Scott, it was your easement?
I don't think it's in the easement.
Is it in your right of way?
I think it's on the lot of the property.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a little bit there. When Sands was built and Balsam was put in, the little flower arrangement things, there was supposed to be a monument put in there at that time on the north end.
That's right. Was that part of the TIF?
It just never happened.
Never happened.
You're talking about a part of the PDQ
On the left
side?
side one.
Right.
Well, actually, they're both. On the PDQ side, yes.
Okay.
So Scott, what do you think we should do there?
PDQ sign is.
Should we push forward on this and finally land this thing?
Well, a guy can find out what it's going to cost for sure. You know, come up with some ideas. I mean, you're probably, based on history, you're probably looking at 20, 30 grand for a monument.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know why they're that kind of money, but
easy, plus lighting. I mean,
as soon as you say government, it doubles.
I got you. Okay. Well, then, should
I
we,
mean, if the sign base is already kind of there in the PDQ, could you use that? And, I mean, granted, it's on their property, but you could go to them and say, hey, we'd like to kind of develop this. Here are the businesses.
well, we got space right there. We got plenty of space for a monument sign.
Well, you're talking about in the middle of between the middle of the road.
Sure, why not?
Well,
And if you
yeah,
fix
I
it
was
this way,
saying-
you're not blocking traffic.
No, but 15 feet to the, I guess that would be to the west.
North.
You have a sign that's already there. What if you did something on that showed all the businesses? I mean, obviously, you'd have to have the fellow that owns the PDQ's agreement, but, I mean, maybe the businesses would pay, you know, some amount of money per month to have their sign there, you know, whatever it is.
Look at the one on the left. See that utility box?
Yeah.
That was kind of where that was going to go. Is that a utility box, John?
No, that's a sign.
Oh, that's the sign. Okay. Well, we ain't going to get all the people on that one.
No.
So we'd have to bring that up a little higher.
Oh, so that's in the bushes on the right?
Yeah, left.
Are those the taints?
Yeah, those are the same pictures.
Yeah.
If, you cannot have a tall sign in the median, like it's gonna block traffic.
Without the, yeah, I get you.
It blocks the view.
So I guess our first question is, do we want to move forward on this?
Yes.
Okay, guys,
I agree.
you want to move forward? We need a motion to direct
Motion to
staff.
move forward on the investigation and conclusion of a sign on Balsam.
Scott, you in?
Yeah, that's fine.
Anybody
I don't
else?
have a problem with it.
Are you
I can't
second?
vote. I don't think I can.
I thought they changed that. I think you can make a motion.
I'll second it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just need direction, I don't necessarily need a formal.
Okay,
uh,
okay.
I
All right.
think the direction should be to figure out, is there any way to put some kind of signage on the north end there by Dayton River Road that would help the businesses that are located along Balsam? What that is, you guys can suggest within, you know, the ordinances, but the idea would be, hey,
what we want to do is let the people driving up and down Dayton River Road know that there's businesses back here and do it in a way that fits with whatever ordinances we have, I guess, you know. Or if we need a variance, we need a variance, but and I don't think anyone's wanting to put up some big monstrous ugly thing. It's
No.
just, how do we do this?
Or maybe if it's electronic, you can flash one at a time in a sequence, so that the sign remains small. Either way, we got a directive here.
Okay.
So there's two really ends of Balsam. If we're calling it a Balsam Business District, because I think it does need a name.
I agree with
I
that.
think we should look at both sides of Balsam. If this is a business district, we should look at both sides having monument signs. And I don't necessarily like the one in the middle. I think it should be on the right-hand side, going in from both sides off of, anyway, I liked your idea about the PDQ, you know, approaching maybe the property owners or whatever, and co-oping with that. I think we should explore both, but if we're gonna have one here, I think we should have one on the other side.
Agreed.
Okay. All right, that moves it forward. Let's talk about Hennepin County Love Local Storefronts Grant.
Okay, we've applied for a grant, so this came out after the last EDA meeting and before this one, so it's a short timeline. So Hennepin County has a grant available. I want to say it's, I think it's $225,000 that they have available for this program. Cities can apply for up to $50,000, which we've done. Each project, so if we're awarded this money, we can provide grants to local businesses up to $15,000. It'd be a one-to-one match, so say you have a $30,000 plus project for storefront improvement. So this is specific to storefronts that are in walkable areas, such as replacing windows, signage, doors.
Sidewalks.
Not sidewalks. That's either city
Sorry,
or
Jack.
county project.
Yeah.
I tried
They-
that.
It's interesting because the person that owns the building where my one business is came to me 2 weeks ago and asked me about, hey, I think there might be some money for facade improvement,
Yes.
which I'm assuming this is. what that is.
This is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So, the grant
So
program
it's granted to the city and then individuals got to apply to the city?
to the city, yeah.
Okay.
We'll find out if we get the grant in January,
When did we apply?
last week,
Oh, so fairly new.
yes.
Well, kudos for.
This individual's very plugged into what's going on in the city. He must talk to you guys on a
Well,
regular basis.
So before I applied for this, I reached out to, your building owner and
okay.
another one to see if they had a need for this. So if there's
Okay.
not a need, then I'm
That's
not
how
going to
he
apply for
knew
it.
about it then. And I was surprised, because he doesn't really do much maintenance to the building at all, I mean, none. And so when he called me about it, or texted me about it, I was surprised. But it all makes sense now.
Because it's got a lot of shops in there.
I'll know.
No,
if-
there's a few apartments. So there's a gal now that's gonna put a real estate office in the one corner of the building, where, that front corner, I think, that's still going on.
Where everything temporary is going in there.
You
Hill
know-
chasers, everybody.
You know the one front, it's the right front corner of the building with the bigger glass windows? She was planning on renting that space and putting her real estate office in there. I think her and, there might be a mortgage lender too at the same time, but I don't know if they've
We gotta
rented
get-
the space or not
We gotta
yet.
get this closed session. Are we good?
Yep.
Good on this one, yep.
Okay.
Closed session pursuant to Minnesota State Statute 13D05 subsection 3C. 3, session closed shall be conducted to develop, consider offers or counteroffers to purchase, sale, or resale of personal property located at PID 36, 121, 23, 41, 0020. We are now in closed session.
Give us a second.
Session. Staff and board updates verbal. John, go for it.
Yep, item D, oh, thank you, is the EDA admin that you added.
Yeah,
To
I
the
was thinking,
agenda?
well, I was thinking, I mean, if there's an opportunity to be able to carry the agenda forward, I mean, the rail spur is a great example, right? So, you know, whether it be, you know, a part-time person or something to that effect, but somebody that can carry those tasks and at least make information available, you know, not suggesting that you're not doing that, but I mean, I think we share,
Take the load off of you.
you know,
We have limited time that we can spend on EDA items. I should say, you know, this is part of a budgetary process. We've not approved it, or we've approved the preliminary budget for the EDA for the city council. Additional staff for the EDA is not in that. So if you want to hire staff, it would come out of reserves.
Okay.
right, or, you know, it would get potentially get budgeted if that's the way we want to move
Yeah.
forward, right? I mean,
For 2027. So every year we try to add staff, and it gets cut from the budget. So the same thing would happen for moving for the 2027 budget. We would propose additional staff and then see kind of where it is within the balance, and it ultimately, it's up to the council on what they want to approve for the tax levy.
Could we propose a shared cost position that's between the EDA and in the city or the council, however it goes, you know, where it sounds like you guys need some additional bandwidth right now. And if the EDA would like to have some more dedicated staff, is there a opportunity for a shared position that we could propose to council?
There is, but still you'd be spending money out of reserves, and I
Sure.
would caution doing that, because once it's spent, it's gone.
Yeah, but we could also put it in next year's budget.
For 27.
Yeah.
It's 2 years away.
2 years away.
Tw-
26 budget's already done, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
20, yeah.
So if we look at a part-time gig for someone, take some of that load off, you do the run chasing at the direction of, then that might accelerate this group to get more stuff done. That's I suppose that's where you're going with that?
it is. I guess my question to staff would be, is that something that would be helpful?
It is, so I mean, things that we can't do. So we can't do business retention visits. We don't have time to do that. That's probably a day a week. You know, reaching out to, you know, for the railroad spur, I mean, that's time, but that's a smaller project. I mean, there's lots of big projects that would probably have a bigger impact.
And what would we spend out of reserves? I mean, if we did either shared or
How about a part-time?
part-time, I mean, you know, is
It's probably 50,000.
that because of benefits
Yeah.
and stuff? But if you're part-time, you don't get benefits, do you?
Well, that's true, so you drop it to 40.
I think the discussion on the table is, do we like the idea first?
I do.
I get it, and I know you guys got a lot of stuff to do. I get it. So I'm personally in favor of exploring that. Do we need a motion on this?
Not at this point, because we're talking about the 2027 budget,
Unless we take it out of reserve.
unless you take it out of reserves.
So I will say, many months ago, I don't know, it was almost probably a year ago, as I had mentioned, because you had brought up business retention and meeting with businesses, I had brought up a challenge for us that each of us should try to visit one business a month and make contact with them and let them know who we are and what we do. I don't know if that's still on the table, if anyone here is up for that challenge. I mean, it's one day out of the month to go talk, and there's only so many businesses in Dayton, so, I mean, even if we did every couple months we did one, at least we're out there talking to people, letting them know that we're here.
I get to talk to a lot of people in my line of work.
Yeah.
And they come in every 3,000 miles, and you bet I have that conversation. So,
I like that idea.
I like the
don't have a
idea.
problem with that. I don't know if that completely solves the
part-time
Yeah.
staff issue,
Right.
but I agree, I mean, it's a good idea.
How about an and? And we do that.
I mean, the question is, could you find someone competent that would be willing to work part-time? And I mean, part-time can be anything from 10 hours a week to.
How does that work on that side, John? Do you put out an RFP, or, I mean, how does that work?
You write a job description and post it.
Oh,
Because I mean, if we took
It would have to be approved by-
$20,000 a year out of our reserve for 26, and then we put it in the budget in 27, I mean, that's not a
You-
big deal.
The council would have to approve it. I would think it should be something that's not a year-to-year job.
and on what?
Not a year-to-year job. It
Right.
would be helpful that,
It's permanent.
yeah.
We're just pre-funding it in 26, I guess, and we put it in the budget in 27, if we did it. But I mean, maybe we should think about what are all the things in the job profile that this person would do for the EDA? You know, what is it that we want them to do beside? I mean, business retention's one thing, and I think, like Sean said, a lot, we can do maybe a fair amount of that ourselves, and we might be better suited to do that, because, you know, versus a staff person, because business-to-business discussion.
Easy enough to do, but you at the backside of this.
But
Call
I think
the
then the
NSF,
other
call
things
in
are like,
the Spur guys, call in
you
the,
know, like the Spur guys, the utility boxes,
Right.
the,
that must have been a big time hog.
I mean, just, there's a whole bunch of things that you could potentially have that staff do. I think we'd have to sit down and come up with a list. Like, what's the list of job duties? Because you don't want to post a job until you know you're going to be able to keep that person busy.
Discussion for next item. Let's talk about duties for part-time / flex employee / whatever you want to call them. That, what we'd want them to see to get done.
Sure. Okay, so I'm going to suggest a job description and essentially a budget.
Yes. That work for you?
Yeah, yeah.
John?
Yeah, it does. I guess, is there also, I mean, at the council meeting here a couple of months ago, when I was, selected, I guess, and there was talk about compliance for conditional use in the city is lacking, I guess. And so, I guess I would really like to understand if there's an appetite to have, if we really want to enforce what the conditional use, applications are and whether people are compliant, in addition to having some of this, I think they're related.
Yep.
And so I think that the cost could potentially be justified or shared if there's an appetite on the council side.
Sure.
I
So
would ask maybe if there is an appetite.
So there's, I would say, yes, there's an appetite. I don't know if there's an appetite to pay for it. So one of the things that Hayden and I struggle with, we have, 30 to 40 conditional use permits and IUPs. The intent is to do an annual inspection. We've not had time to do that. We've never had time to do that. Since before both of us worked for the city. That's something that as a city, we've always struggled with.
I don't think we want to tie the people or the group that want you in our business or in our city to the enforcement of why you're here and why you should do it.
Well, no, but it's something they agreed to get into. It's not, it's just checking to make sure people are doing what they say they were going to do.
Yep.
The reality is you don't want people coming in either to say they're going to do one thing and then do another. So, I don't know. I was just curious, so.
I get you.
Okay.
All right, we got a plan on that then, right, John?
Yeah,
Discuss
we
it.
just don't have money or time to do it.
Okay.
So this is part of the growing pains.
Part of the growing pains.
I just had one comment. You had mentioned about EDA members going out, and visiting businesses once a month. I like that idea. And again, this might just be a redundant question, but does the EDA have a brochure? So you go to a business and say, here's your EDA, here's all about us, here's your members, here's what we do, we work with AIG. There could be all sorts of stuff in there. versus, including this Hennepin County, Elevate Hennepin, you know, this is here. You know, if you have any questions or you're thinking about something, call us. Here's our meetings, come to our meeting, whatever.
Well, does he have the time to do that?
I don't know, I'm
I have
just,
the time to do that.
I'm
I could
just-
do
So
that with
this,
permission.
we've talked about this previously, of doing a mailer. This would be similar to that.
it'd be
So
the same thing, but something
person,
that
yep.
we would have available.
we can, so essentially, it's putting out a printed version of what's on the website or a condensed version. We can do that. It's about $1,500.
1,500?
Yeah.
Take it out of our budget.
I mean, I can make a flyer and print off 500 copies for everybody for free.
Right. I guess my
Tim,
question,
you know,
I
Wendy,
think the content
I have a
is
designer
probably.
on staff. She can do this easy.
Yeah, I mean, the content's, like John said, I mean, it's pretty much on the website, but we might want to add a few things.
It gives us that in-person touch.
Yeah, no,
We want to shake a hand, this is what we do.
I'm just saying, from a content perspective, to print a flyer, you can just take the content.
Take the,
what we
take it
have.
off the,
Well, in the business retention visits, you were talking about doing it. Did you have an agenda for those? I mean, did you have like a format you
Generally,
wanted to?
there is, so I mean, there's certain questions that you want to get out of the visit, so I can send you kind of what those questions would be.
That's what I would like to see. I'd like that in addition to the list of, I guess, you know, businesses and contacts, so that if I'm going to reach out to do, we can agree to who we would like to reach out to. I think I'd love to take that on. It would get to, you know, get to know the,
So you're volunteering to build us that program? Is that what you said?
I'm asking for what was already built, and the list, if we can get it.
Yeah, because we probably got to divide and conquer on the list.
Well, if you were to get the context together, Sean's got a gal on staff that can build up a flyer. Is that what you're saying, Sean? Mm-hmm. So why don't we get this together where you give it the kung fu and they give it the looks good, and then we have ourselves a pamphlet and we can walk around and shake hands and
Yeah, I can work with Sean on that.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
steal babies and take suckers and all that.
It'd be great. I mean, it depends how fancy. I mean, do we want to have pictures of us with our names and contact information? And,
Why not?
you know, I mean, we can make it as
Official.
official as you want it to be.
That work for you?
yeah,
Yeah,
Both of you?
it's the EDA.
it's EDA.
Jack? You good?
Yeah,
It's like, how do
Scott? Okay, not there.
we, you went through a dead area.
Well, then that ain't a motion, that's just a direction.
Yep.
Yep,
Okay, then that party's over.
all right.
Motion to adjourn.
don't we need to do
we're-
staff updates?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we not get staff updates?
No, no. Okay, updates. So we've launched a new website this past month. I'd encourage the EDA to all look at it.
It's badass, dude.
What was that?
It's badass.
Good.
Looks good.
States Manufacturing held an open house in September, so I wasn't sure if any EDA members had an opportunity to go. I know the council did. It was a very interesting tour.
I bet it was. Big place, right? 500,000 square? I
That's
bet that's
fine.
incredible.
Yes. Quick Trip held their ribbon cutting out ceremony on October 8th. Some things are interesting, if I remember right. This is it's an $18 million project, and they have 87 employees who work there.
18 million.
Bring your checkbook.
Triangle Properties, so this is news last week, is the state has provided, or,
County.
well, it goes from the county to the state back to the county. So the
Oh.
county now has control of the property, is able to sell it to the city. The next step is for the council to purchase the property from the county. Questions for the council is how to pay for it. The intent, based on when we had a council EDA workshop several months ago, was for the council to provide the property to the EDA, but there's not a consensus on how that would work.
How'd it go to 772? We okayed 750.
Yes, $750, but then there are fees attached to it, so it's $22,000 in fees.
Resort fees.
This is the
Taxes on
triangle?
resort.
We're taxing our
The
tax.
Triangle property. Much, so the property itself is a meets and bounds parcel. Our intent is that this be platted so that it's sellable. So there will be additional costs with platting. So it's roughly, I want to say it's like 9 acres right now, but that includes right-of-way and utility easements. Once that is removed, it's closer to 6.5.
So we're potentially, the city's buying it for
72.
772.
Could we get what you think that's worth, or, that's right by the highway, that triangle, could we?
I'd keep it closed for numbers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not asking him to give me a number now, because we're in open
We
session.
can have IAG look into it.
Yeah,
And we've already had that conversation,
oh, yeah.
way back.
That was about 10 months ago, so I'd like to run updated comps just to make sure, but we had that discussion prior. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know you did.
The Robinson Street was conveyed from Hennepin County to the city, so this also occurred last week. There was no sale price with this, so it was just given by the county to the city.
Which one is that?
The
That's
tax
one-
forfeit property on Robinson Street, so.
Is it- Do you actually have it on the picture, or is it?
Yes, it's.
To the
blue.
left. Oh, that's another one. Wasn't there one down here too, where we were gonna put that house?
This is
That
it.
is.
That's the one, yeah. Are we to grab that? Is that what we're doing? Do we have to negotiate that purchase?
No, there's no purchase price.
Okay, so it's ours.
Yes, to the city council.
Is city council going to release it to EDA for,
It's a question for the city council.
Is that
so-
across
okay.
from the firehouse, or where is that?
No,
church here.
Oh, okay, we're upside down.
Yeah.
I got it, okay, that's the problem.
is it on their agenda to talk about?
we can put it out, this is news, like within the last few days.
Gotcha, okay. Well, if we could put that on their agenda, let's certainly
But,
ask
so
that
this was-
question.
This was the lot we were talking about potentially moving that house to, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or was there
Yes.
another lot there?
That was it.
That was it, okay. And it ended up, obviously, we sold it to a different lot, but I was just curious if there was a second lot going up, or?
That's
This is
the
it.
one.
Okay.
And if we do let the council know that we're interested in that.
To me, this one's a little different because it's like, it's really residential. And so for us to have a big role in that would be more difficult, I think. Because I don't think you're gonna put anything there but residential, because
Well,
it's
kind
kind
of
of.
fall under HSA, which is still.
Yeah, I
robust.
suppose HSA,
Well, you never know what opportunities are gonna
Yep.
come down the line with,
You don't know until you try.
like the last one.
Right.
We already know that they have another
Oh,
one.
I'm sure that individual would be interested in this potential lot, but for building another rental, so to speak,
Well, let's see where the world brings us.
yeah.
Any more, John? Go ahead.
Yep, there's more. LC Stevens Park, so the council had hired a consultant to update the master plan. There was a survey that went out on the website, and then a visual survey on the right that was conducted during one of the car shows. So the general desire from the surveyor, and I can't read it, but it's posted and circled on the screen. That was refined into creating a master plan, which was presented to the council at its last meeting. Direction of the council is to move forward with the master plan, but to take the price tag off of it and some of the details with it. So the next step, so the master plan cost to build is roughly between 17 to 19 million, so we're just throwing 20 million out there as a price tag. The council is not comfortable with that cost, and so my guess is we'll probably build this out phase by phase, and what you see on here is not necessarily what's going to be built. So the next discussion for the council is to decide which phase is built first and what's included in that phase.
I just like, such a side question, is any talk of putting a marina?
No,
Is there another one?
Okay, my ex-business partner asked how that was going.
I don't think the river is enough depth for that.
It would be,
What would it?
yep.
Okay.
Enough up for
From
what?
south would be coming from downriver,
Okay.
Champlin.
You
Put a
were thinking
marina
of, I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
Well, a business associate of mine was asking me about the marina in Dayton. I said, I don't know anything about a marina. So I just asked John about that.
Yeah, I thought you guys were talking about like kayak and.
We are, so, and that's separate from this plan, but that is part of what we're in the process of implementing as a canoe landing, or canoe kayak landing.
I do think, which I was pretty shocked actually, but like, you know, where you go into Anoka and right where the little dam is, I mean, they're bringing pontoons and small boats up there. So I wonder, I believe you could probably come up this far.
You could come up that far. I fish
in
that river.
pontoons and stuff like that.
Yep.
I
They
mean,
go on up.
some time of the year you might not be able to when the river gets really low, but.
Where'd you get this?
But you know what I'm saying is, I wouldn't, I think the vision shouldn't be just limited to kayaks and
Yeah, no, you're right.
canoes. It should, I think you could probably, because I mean, once you start putting, if you can put pontoons and stuff, then you have restaurants and that kind of stuff that could go in potentially, if that's what you wanted.
We were part of me and Scott were part of the, what do you call it, team?
Committee.
Committee to talk about this, and it's what we were thinking, kind of ish. But you know, we don't know the nuances, and they've made a whole lot of great changes. So tomato, we'll see where this rolls.
Okay.
$7.3 million. Oh, there's your house.
Yep. So the former EDA house was moved this past Thursday to its permanent location on Shady View Lane.
Who's the guy?
That's the guy. Play Place. So Play Place occurs every Tuesday at 9 to 11 a.m. at the Activity Center. Dyson Domino's is the second and fourth Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Activity Center. We have an embedded social worker that works with the police department. The social worker is available to the general public on the third Wednesday of the month from 3 to 5 p.m. At the police department. And well, the Public Works building is kind of where I think of it, but it's also a part of the police department. So again, that is free for anyone to use. Jack-o'-lantern Trail will be on October 29th and 30th. Dean's Pumpkins is offering a buy one, get one half off sale this weekend. So again, what this is, it's you can carve a pumpkin, donate it to Public Works. They'll put it along the retaining wall that goes from L.C. Stevens over to the tunnel. So we had, I don't know how many pumpkins we had last year, but it was impressive.
We should do a pumpkin cannon.
Pumpkin cannon?
Let's build that. I'm in.
West Metro Manufacturing Exploration and Career Event. So this is being organized by, well, I guess it's the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development. It'll be held on October 30th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Hennepin Technical College. So I'll try to advertise this to the known manufacturers, but this is good for the EDA to know too, if you have any contacts that you want to spread this out to. So it's targeted for both employees and employers.
You got a lot going on.
Yes.
We do have a lot.
Good.
going on. Ladies' Night Out. So this is November 8th, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Activity Center. And part of Hennepin, Elevate Hennepin, so I mentioned this earlier in the meeting, they will be holding they hold Thriving Thursdays once a month at a city somewhere within Hennepin County. November, I was thinking it was December, but November 18th, it will be here at Dayton City Hall, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Questions for the EDA is that Elevate Hennepin will bring advisors to here available for small businesses. The question for the EDA is what type of advisors would you like to see from this list?
I think they would go back and hand-to-hand question about how you use that service and the other four guys that we didn't get a hold of.
I guess what I would ask first is, are we talking about like a little event for businesses
Yes.
in Dayton? So we're gonna
It's
invite,
not, well, it's not just Dayton, it's anywhere in Hennepin County.
yeah, but it's gonna be hosted here.
Yes.
So, I mean, we'd wanna make sure our businesses are well aware of it, right? I would think. I mean, to me, I think we have to have a plan to get our businesses engaged in this. I mean, some of the bigger ones, you
Right.
might not get a lot out of it, but
How would they know?
We would push it out through the city's Facebook page.
well, that, and I think you could put it on the website. I
Yep.
think you could, is there any communicator going out between now and then?
Not in time, no.
The community page can hold that out there too, and we got access to 6,000 people like that. So,
I mean, you could
I'm
do
okay.
it.
And we got one in Champlin too, and that's 10,000 people. It's kind of a business-based program. So there's 16,000 people at the blink of an eye. Let's use them. Let's use those sites for our advantage.
Using what?
Champlin community page, the Dayton,
The
Dayton
Facebook
page.
page.
well,
Yeah,
and Facebook pages. You got your own Facebook page,
right.
and I have my own. So we can use those.
Yep.
I have no problem with that at all.
But there's also I think a Dayton community page that's not the city's, right?
Two of them.
Two of them?
Yeah, there's 2 or 3. So essentially what it would be, we would put it out on the city's Facebook page, then rely on someone else to repost it on
Share it out.
the non-city page.
Non-city pages. We'll share it out.
Okay. So you have access to both of those?
I own
Well, you own both of them?
the Champlin and Dayton.
Oh, there's 2 Dayton ones, though,
I
right?
own one of the Dayton.
Okay.
I think he said there's 3. There was a third one, but I don't know if it gets many traction. It's pretty old posts.
Yep. So my question again is, of this list, so starting with the county and going on down, what expertise would you like to see represented here as a,
I would say access to capital.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a pretty complete list when you think about it. If you were starting a business, how do I get capital? You know,
so
write a
if you could
business
pick
plan.
say 3 to 5 of these?
Oh, we have to pick 3 to 5?
Yes.
To me, I would say,
Access to capital for sure.
yep, that one, business strategy,
Strategy.
probably,
Financial management, that's a good one. Legal's
maybe
also a good one.
Legal and marketing.
the ID stage,
Ideas.
idea stage,
Yeah,
That's before all that, yeah.
yeah.
well, but we promote people maybe thinking about.
That's what you like, John?
Because I mean, when you're just starting to be your idea stage, access to capital,
Yep.
business strategy,
And legal, probably.
yeah.
Did you get enough there on that one?
So access to capital, business strategies, legal and marketing,
An idea stage.
and idea stage.
That's your count?
Yep,
Okay.
okay.
And then I think we gotta have a plan to make sure everyone knows about it, because if are we gonna do this like during,
No,
I guess it would be separate from our meeting. So
Yes.
it's the 8th of November, you said?
18th.
November 18th.
In November. So I think you know, if any of us EDA members can attend, we should.
Yep,
You send it to our calendars, so we can see
Sure.
what our calendars are gonna be?
yep.
And there's no problem, is everybody on the calendar?
Yes.
You got good? Sean, are you back on the city calendar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Going down, the next EDA meeting will be Tuesday, November 18th. That says Thursday, November 18th.
This is not an EDA meeting.
No, but November 18th is on a Tuesday, not a Thursday.
It is, yeah.
Sorry.
Tuesday the 18th.
So we show up on Thursday. Nobody's there.
It's not gonna be the
Well-
18th.
Not just for you, man.
That's just for me.
You show up when that says to.
So it's either Thursday.
What
the
time is
20th
this
or-
one?
11 to
1.
1.
So it must be on the
Either
20th
Either on the 20th or on Tuesday. the
or on
18th.
Tuesday.
Well, when you get that corrected, John, just let us know.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you know
Could be 2 years from
It's
now.
December 18th.
Oh, it's December.
Yeah.
December 18th?
December.
I apologize for that.
That's okay.
Definitely send it to us in an
Nice
email
catch.
then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That, okay.
December 18th.
Does this wrap up your staff updates? Or do you guys?
No, there's still more.
Look at that.
Holiday, December 4th, so 6 PM to 8 PM. I don't remember the number of people that we've had at the, this would be the, I believe, I don't know how many years we've done this.
Oh, you had a lot.
It's been very successful, so even despite it being in December and being cold.
Stupid cold. It was so cold that night.
Winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Tell a 2-year-old that.
The next EDA meeting will be Tuesday, November 18th. There we go.
Did it check out?
What's that?
I asked David, that checks out.
Yeah, I've already set my alarm clock and I've already set my date there, so I'm all set.
Okay, it's staff updates, ED updates, we're good?
Unless the EDA has any updates.
Anything else, guys?
No update, just a general question.
Go.
If I needed to get no parking established somewhere along a street. how
That's
do-
right.
Do I go to this council and ask for that, or?
I think you just did.
Okay.
So
So,
you're looking on a,
Maple
Maple
there.
Court.
Yeah, Maple Court, that road, we should have no parking on both sides. And I'll take some pictures, but there's
Yeah.
trucks parked on the street overnight
Mm-hmm.
with people in them. And it gets really close. You get down to one lane of traffic with trucks both parked on both sides, so. I didn't see them this week, and so maybe Quick Trip is addressing that, and I talked to Quick Trip, and, but it's just something, no parking signs would be helpful there.
Well, you're impeding the business of the other ones behind there, so, I mean,
Yeah.
they probably weren't expecting that. When do we get the stoplights over there? Is that still
spring.
spring?
On, whatever,
Holly
Holly
Lane,
and Dayton, okay, that's a stoplight.
Isn't there the ordinance, there is technically no overnight street parking anyway?
Correct. There's no overnight street parking.
Right, but maybe there's no sign that says that.
Just as you come into the city. So, I mean, that's a,
Yeah, but these truckers, they're coming in waiting to make deliveries on Monday.
It was a smart move, that truck stop in that
Truck
area was a
stop.
very smart move.
Yeah,
I was
and-
giving Dave some crap.
They really are well.
We're rolling through,
organized.
we're at the ribbon cutting, you can't hear nothing. I go, hey, Dave, you think it's a good spot for a truck stop? And he goes, yeah, I know, I voted against it. But he likes it. He likes it. I mean, that's what I got.
Yeah.
So it was the right move. It's the area. You know, we're developing areas, and that's a smart move to do.
Yeah. And they do a good job.
is it all day or is it just overnight?
It's typically overnight.
Okay. So that's easy, that's more just an enforcement question that.
Yeah, maybe.
That we can take care of.
There's no sign knowing they can't park there. I mean,
Yeah, and I don't remember
Yeah.
seeing one as I come in on Holly. I don't see a
I
sign.
mean, if the ordinance is already there, it's just a matter of making the sign.
Enforcing it,
Yeah,
yes.
enforcing it. And I could talk to the police department.
well,
too.
if it comes a little more weight if it comes down from the top down.
It's good to know. I guess I wasn't aware of the ordinance, so that helps.
Good?
Thank you.
Yep.
Motion to adjourn?
I'll motion to adjourn.
Second. We got a second?
Jack, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion adjourned.
Thank you.